All right, so I'm going to do a little bit more of an in-depth breakdown of this play and why I think it's the best play I've seen all year. It's really incredible. It's a really incredible play designed by the Browns. This was a really good job by them. So
one thing that gives defenses fits is pre-snap motions.
All right, so one of the most significant things about this play is it's a 3-by-1 formation, but the solo receiver here is a tight end. And that really impacts how things work. So if this was a solo receiver, you wouldn't have this linebacker here. You would have a corner. So since they went 3-by-1, they did what we call corners over. They had the corner travel to the other side of the formation with the receiver, right? So that impacts things. The other thing you want to notice here is everyone is up on the line of scrimmage, okay? So the significance of the corner being over is if you had two high safeties and then you get a 3-by-1 and rotate one down, you don't have to travel with the motion as the safety. The safeties would just trade responsibilities. So you would have a safety here. If you get a motion across, this safety would come up, and you can't see the safety in the picture right now because he's pretty deep, but the other safety would come down, right? So you wouldn't have that traveling. But since the formation is designed this way, it forces the corner to travel. So if that receiver motions back, that corner that's on him has to stick with him. He's locked on. So let's keep going here.
Especially in man-to-man coverage.
So now look, as the ball is snapped, they're in what's called a stack alignment. And the reason why pre-snap motion is so important for this play is if they didn't motion to this and they just came out and it was a 2-by-2 formation and you had these two receivers stacked right here, a tight end on the line of scrimmage and this receiver back here, the alignments by our defenders would not be like this. What you would have is you'd have this linebacker right up here pressed up on this tight end, and then you would have the corner to the outside about where the linebacker is right now, right? So as DBs, when we practice this and we practice, going up against a stack alignment like this, we've probably done it hundreds of times in our lives. Our natural tendency is to drift outside because the corner is always going to be an outside defender in a situation like this, in a balanced formation where it's 2-by-2. So as we let this play progress,
to the Browns.
You see that? Did you see what that corner just did right there? He jumps to the outside. That's his tendency, right? His tendency is to have to be outside. And then as you see the play progress, Landry, you see that outside stick that Landry gives him? It's just icing on the cake to keep that corner moving to the outside so that he can catch that ball on the inside, out leverage him, move him. And then we'll keep going here.
Executed a pre-snap
to get him open. And now look at this, right? Remember the significance of what I said earlier on in the video, that everyone was up on the line of scrimmage. The linebackers had to drop out. So it's easier now for Landry to get behind them. And now Landry's got a one-on-one because he's totally toasted this corner. He's got a one-on-one with the free safety, and the free safety has to make the hardest tackle in football in the open field. They're in man-to-man coverage. As you can see, this guy here, he's got his eyes on his receiver. This guy's got his eyes on his receiver. Can't really see it in the screen here, but he's looking at his guy. So they don't even know that the ball's been thrown, right? And you can watch as the play progresses, they're still covering their guys.
Motion in this game.
See? He's still covering him. He just realizes now, oh crap, that guy's got the ball. So now he's in pursuit. All these guys are behind, and disaster strikes.
To perfection. They bring Jarvis Landry across the formation, and this forces the deep.
Right? So like I'm saying here, he overruns the motion, which out leverages himself, right? Because normally we would want to trail that. We would want to trail that motion. We would want to stay inside, but it's his tendency to have to get outside if there's a stack alignment. The ball gets snapped on the stack alignment.
DB to either
right? The stack with the tight end forced him to overrun.
trail or overrun it. Usually we prefer a trail. He overruns, and Jarvis Landry and Baker Mayfield make it pay.
And the reason why, for me, that's just a play of the year is, these guys haven't won a playoff game in decades, right? To come up with that play design in this game and execute it to perfection like that, man, that's huge. That's huge for the Cleveland Browns. So I'm going to start doing more breakdowns like this in a little bit longer format. I'll probably put them on YouTube or something like that. I have a website now. It's called ballhawksfootball.com. I'll put a link to it. So if you guys want to check this stuff out, just let me know and subscribe, and we'll keep doing our thing.